Danny McHale here, giving you another video on the Harley. Please, Lord, bless this ride today. Amen. So, it's not really a topic about anything today. I'm just pretty much just going for a normal ride on the Harley. Harley V-Rod, V-Rod Night Rod 2011, Night Rod Special. And yeah, I mean, it's been a while since I've turned on this bike. It's been a while since I've ridden. You know, that's my townhouse. That's our neighbor David and Crystal on the left. I was just helping them this morning move a dresser. But anyways, I'm sure that's not what you guys want to hear about. So the camera that I'm recording on today is not a GoPro like I did on my first video. It's actually a GoPro Hero 3 Plus Black Edition. Now the 3 Plus Black has been out for quite some time, what I've been told, and I love the camera. I really do. I don't know anything about photography. I really don't know anything about anything, actually. And this camera is so nice. I mean, I can't even explain it to you, you know, how nice it is in terms of video quality and even the price I got it for. I got it for $276, brand new on eBay. I mean, this camera's obviously been discontinued by the manufacturer, so, but I was looking for very big specific things. My biggest thing that I wanted was I wanted a camera that could shoot in 2.7K, which this camera can shoot in 2.7K. Now, many of you are asking, what is 2.7K? 2.7K is obviously higher than 1080p. And 2.7K meaning it's a little over 2.5 times the scaled resolution of 1080p. Meaning, if you have a 4K TV, you're going to be able to tell the difference. If you do not have a 4K TV, you are not going to be able to tell the difference. The coolest thing, though, about the 2.7K is that it does 2.7K at 30 frames per second, which is extremely usable. However, right now I'm shooting in 1080p in Super View. So Super View, what it does is, I don't know how GoPro does it, but you're basically able to see a scaled view, a much wider and taller scaled view than I normally would if I did not have Super View. Super View allows you to see more in the picture without me having to adjust it. So right now the camera's pretty tall up, but you're able to see kind of low on my speedometer because of Super View. Now with 1080p Super View, it does 60 frames per second, which is awesome, and it's great for sport riding like this because you don't want to get that blur or that kind of like it's not smooth. And so this will give you a very smooth video. Yeah, so anyways, 1080p, 60 frames per second in Super View. This is what I'm shooting in right now. And this thing also does 1440p at 48 frames per second, which is more than 1080p. This thing also does 4K. The 4K is awesome. The problem is it's 4K. It's only 15 frames per second, which, in my opinion, is a joke. But I didn't pay $400 or $500 for this camera. I spent less than $3. So I am extremely pleased, and I am extremely blessed with the price that I got. It's actually pretty awesome. And yeah, I mean, other than that, man, you know, other than the fact that this thing doesn't really shoot in 4K that well, it is still a phenomenal camera. And I'm extremely pleased with it. You guys are probably going to hear me say that a lot. So, got this dude in my weird view. Alright, so anyways, the topic I wanted to talk about is the camera. And A lot of people will say that GoPros are overpriced. GoPros are like, you're just paying for the name. I mean, realistically, what you're paying for is you're paying for a camera that has, yes, it's got a very big following, but you're paying for a camera that's got a crazy amount of accessories. I mean, it's got a crazy amount. And what you're paying for, yes, you're paying for the accessories. And you're paying for the support that you get with GoPro. You're paying for the quality, in my opinion. So if you're in the market for a sports camera, this camera can be taken out of the housing. And that's the best part about it, is I can put it in whatever housing I want. So if this housing gets damaged, and the housing is the little plastic shell that it's in to make it waterproof to kind of protect it. And if you, for whatever reason, want to take it out of the housing and you want to, just kind of carry it in your pocket, you can. And the biggest problem with that is not about damaging the actual lens of the camera. It's more, the biggest problem with that is it's freaking expensive. To get this camera at once upon a time when it was brand new was $400. But to get the ones, which is like the GoPro Hero, which is $129, that one you can't take out of the housing yet. That one is a great sports camera. It does 1080p. It doesn't do super view, so you're not going to get this huge dimension out and down and up above, but you're going to be able to do pretty much everything that you need to for a novice user for $130. And honestly, that was what I was thinking about. My biggest problem with that one that I didn't like is the fact that it did not have Wi-Fi, and I could not add an LCD screen to it. The cool thing about this camera that I'm shooting with right now is it's got Wi-Fi, and I can add an LCD screen. I can add an LCD screen to be able to point and shoot as if you would on your phone, and to do all your gestures and all this stuff, and you can use the app as well with the Wi-Fi. The one for $130, you can't do any of that. So, oh, there's a cop. Yeah! So, yeah, the one for $130, I mean, you kind of get what you pay for. The 3 Plus Silver. It's actually $200 at Costco, and it comes with a free battery. So it's like, who doesn't want that? Who doesn't want that the 3 Plus Silver? Because the 3 Plus Silver does a lot. I mean, remember, this is the 3 Plus Black, so you're going to get the 1080p Super View and all that other stuff. But the 3 Plus Silver has Wi-Fi. I mean, if I was on a budget, which, I mean, I am on a budget, but I'm not on a budget at the same time. I kind of wanted something that's future-proof. I would go with this one, man. I would go with this one. In fact, I would even go with this one over the 4 Silver, because if an LCD screen doesn't matter to you, save yourself $100 and get this one. This one also, the battery lasts longer. In my opinion, it's got the same freaking lens as the 4 Silver. GoPro reminds me a lot of Apple. They kind of incrementally move up and yet somehow go backwards at the same time. So I'm not enamored with the numbers. I look more at the specs, and I encourage you to, as the YouTube viewers that you are, I encourage you guys to kind of look at the numbers and see what specs appeal to you. And you can find the specs anywhere. Just make sure you look on a reputable website, because some websites have wrong specs. I encourage you to go on reputable websites like The Verge or GoPro.com, and they have old spec sheets. Watch YouTube videos like this of people who have done a lot of research on what is the best camera for them, and you will find what's best for you. So, anyways, next topic is where I'm riding. So right now, I'm kind of on my way to meet up my brother and our friends, Danny and Mike, and we're going to do some riding. The date today, I believe, is February 20th, and it is about 11:50 a.m. Going for a little bit of a Saturday ride. And right now I am in Bristow, with a W, Virginia, and I'm on my way to Fairfax, Virginia. And this is Bristow. Pretty much kind of simple, pretty industrial in my opinion. You'll see a lot of like plants and that stuff on the left and the right. No idea what they are. Let me gun this job. Yeah. Hey, you see all that? Take it in. Take it in. Yeah. It's been a while since I've ridden. Last time I rode more than a month ago, which is really the longest bout I have not ridden. And that is really due to the weather. The weather, there are some days where it is kind of warm, like today, where it's like 50 or 60 degrees. And there are some days where it's like 10 degrees. So that global warming's really doing us good. Yeah, I hope you guys can hear me well. It's a nice Civic. Ooh. Oh, I could take a different route. I want to get in front of this guy. Go here. Nobody in the turn lane? Oh, yeah. All right, viewers who just saw me do that, do not do that if you are a new rider. Do not do that. Disclaimer, I kind of do whatever the heck I want on a motorcycle, which is not a good thing. And I don't know if I should be proud of it or you just got to do what you got to do. So wet spot on the road, watch that. I'll take you guys a special route. It's one of my favorites. Whee! I don't know what this dude's doing. Gravel. On days like today, you got to watch it on the road. There's a lot of salt, a lot of gravel. We had a huge snowstorm about 2 weeks ago, 2.5 weeks ago. And then we had another snowstorm last Monday. Gave us about 5 inches over here in Bristow, Gainesville area. So there's a lot of that residual salt on the road. So you got to watch it on these sharp turns. Got to watch it right there. There's a lot of sand and salt on the road. Even you can tell, even this road, how gray it is. It's because of that salt. You can't deny it. I'm a straight rider. You don't want to, I can't curse on this channel because I love my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. I'm kind of boring, and this is really the only aspect of my life that's kind of dangerous or exciting per se. So you guys tell me what you guys want me to do in the channels, whatever you guys want me to discuss, and I'll discuss it. Otherwise, it's going to be pretty random. I will put the main title, which the title for today is discussing the GoPro Hero 3 Plus Black. But I didn't really discuss that the whole time. So this is like the historic part of Manassas, Virginia, where there's like a bunch of these like fields, and I think this is where like the battles during the Civil War were. And please excuse me for my ignorance, I'm not 100% sure, but you'll kind of be able to see the beauty of the area. It's actually quite amazing to see it. This area you kind of get like olden houses like that. Not quite sure what the purpose of that house is. I'm sure there's some historic element to it. But it's pretty cool. Actually, we had like a huge blizzard, so you'll probably be able to see the trails going down. And you probably see a house way up there. I'm sure people did a lot of sledding. I mean, we had a crazy blizzard. Gave us very close to 3 feet of snow. And I'm sure a lot of people took advantage of it, going down the hill, going down the slope. So when you're on probation like me and you got -11 on your driving record, you're pretty paranoid. So I don't really like to speed a whole lot. So right now I'm going like maybe 5 over the speed limit. So every day I ride this motorcycle, sometimes I get confused and I think to myself, should I continue to have this bike? Or should I get a second bike? Or should I replace this bike in general? And the reason why I think about that is because this bike, it is not nimble at all. Holy crap. I don't know if I've ever really noticed that. I don't know what that is. It's like a huge gorge. Or like a quarry. I don't know. That's amazing. Anyway, sometimes I get confused. And the reason I get confused is because this bike is not nimble. This bike is not light. This bike is also not cheap to maintain. This bike is like owning a Porsche. And the ironic part about that is that Porsche designed this motorcycle in conjunction with Harley. So yeah, you kind of got to maintain a Porsche a little bit. And that being said, it's nice and everything, but my recommendation to owners of the V-Rod, it's not like a normal Harley. It is liquid cooled. It's got, ABS. I mean, it's not easy to maintain. And for those who are wondering what kind of motorcycle this thing's got Brembo brakes on it, and it is got massive stopping power, and it's got massive speed. Yeah, man, this is a cool ride. I enjoy riding in general. The sport of it is amazing. If you can get into riding and you ride safe and you pay very close attention to the actions that you are taking and the moves that you do on the road. And what you have to do when you're riding is you really need to pay attention to what is ahead of you. And I'm not talking what's ahead of you in terms of 30 feet. I'm talking what's ahead of you in terms of 50, 100 feet. What's way ahead of you? What is in front of this car? What's that light gonna do? You know what I mean? Can you see any potholes? That's what you need to do. So like right now I wanted to change lanes, but I got it looks like a Tacoma coming up on my right side. You need to pay attention to all that stuff. And then on top of that, you need to be very close attention as to what gear you're in. If I don't gear match on my motorcycle, yes, I have a slipper clutch, meaning if I don't gear match, like let's say I'm going 20 miles an hour, if I'm going 50 miles an hour in first gear, my bike is going to kind of jolt a little bit going backwards because the gear does not match the speed I'm in. But motorcycles that don't have the slipper clutch will feel all of that pullback. And you're most likely going to do a front wheelie because it's going to do a very hard, abrupt stop. So you need to pay very close attention to everything you do. Everything needs to be calculated. Everything. Your turns, the weather. Like today, I knew the weather was going to be a nice day. I know even though it's kind of gloomy and cloudy, that it is not going to rain. You need to take everything into account. It is highly important that you do that. And the drivers, oh gosh, the drivers around you, you need to pay attention to the traffic pattern. Who's doing what? Is this driver in the GMC, is this guy likely to cut me off? Is he doing abrupt maneuvers? You need to pay attention to all of it. So I'm not trying to be racist, but when you're driving around people in minivans, you need to be very careful. Typically they are not paying attention, and they are more paying attention to their kids in the back seat versus the road. So typically you'll see me whenever I pass by a large minivan, I am going to book it. I don't want to deal with whoever's in there. I'm not saying they're evil, but you better run. Gun it. God be with you. Because I can't tell you how many times I've been cut off by an Asian, and it is not fun. It is not fun. I don't know. Maybe I might edit that out. Nah, probably not. I don't really care. Oh, yes! Yes! That's Wegmans. I love Wegmans. The best. It's the best, man. Because you can walk in there and get whatever you want. You can walk in there, you can be like, you know what? I want some Asian food. Bam! Get yourself some Chinese food. Oh, I want some sushi. Bam! You got sushi. You want to be like, oh, I want a cold cut. Bam! You got a cold cut. I want some pizza. Boom! You get some pizza. And there's some good pizza, too. I feel like I'm going to be here for a long time. Oh, snap. You got an opening. Hit it, hit it, hit it, hit it, hit it. Go, 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 go.